All right, man. I'm glad to have one of our new Clique Classix videos that we're going to try to keep up with you guys. But this is just going to be an interview. Here today is going to be our first interview with Tommygun here.
What's up?
He's one of local artists in Greenville. One of Clique Classix songs, Treyleee's frequent collaborators. I just wanted to give a short introduction on him. He just released the mixtape Places in Paradise.
Yep.
His video Oceans, he went out to the beach and filmed that with his girl. That was really hard.
Yeah.
He also has a tape with his brother, YRG2, that just came out. YRG1 is also out as well. We just want to give him some time to kind of like talk about himself and tell you guys how he got in the game and just shed light on you.
Oh yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh yeah, man. It's nothing, man. So first, I just want to like kind of figure out like when did you start rapping?
Well, I started rapping back early high school. It just started out for fun, you know, in my friend's room. We would play like instrumentals on the TV and stuff. Mm-hmm. It started more as like rap battles towards each other, just like kind of clowning on each other
like
in a way.
Freestyle.
Yeah, just freestyle, just seeing who was the best and stuff.
Yeah.
And it started like that, but then eventually, you know, I was having so much fun that I wanted to start writing with it. Mm-hmm. And my first song I wrote, I took to my friend who's he made beats at the time too, so I kind of wrote to one of his beats. I took it to the studio and stuff, and I mean, I just had fun doing it, so I just kept going from there. Mm-hmm. I mean, that first song I did was kind of about a relationship that I was going through that I just ended.
That's kind of some of the easiest stuff to kind of...
It was, because it was just getting it, you know, off my chest and stuff. It was a little more aggressive and shit, but then I thought, hey, I don't gotta always make music about like aggressive stuff. Like I can make music about like more inspiring stuff.
Right.
So I kind of just down the road, I kind of just more and more learned from the things around me and start writing about that as well.
For sure. So like when you heard the first song, was it like an immediately like I'm gonna keep rapping like this is like I have a love?
It was like an addiction. Like I got an addictive personality to good things and bad things
for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, man, the music is one of the things that I'm just addicted to, man. Like no matter how much like I try to stay away from it, like it just starts buzzing in my ear, and I start annoying myself because like sometimes I even get lazy, and then I'm like, oh, you haven't wrote a song in a while. You haven't wrote a song in a while. Like do it because like it's I love it, man. I love having new tracks on my phone where I'm like, it's unreleased to anybody else, but I'm like, hey, I feel like I'm my own fan of myself. And that's how you have to be, man, because you want it to be at a level where you're comfortable with listening to it too. Because in the beginning, I would have fun making it, but I wasn't comfortable listening to it. Like I wouldn't get the same enjoyment I would off of professional rappers.
Right.
At some point, I did. So that's when I knew I was progressing.
Exactly. I mean, that's kind of what's the difficult part about growing. So you just gotta like keep going, and then once you feel the same way about how you feel about your local artists, I'm talking your like favorite artists, you're gonna be like, all right, man, I got this.
That's what I'm saying. You start putting yourself in the same boat as them. So
yeah. So like, who are your like inspirations? Like who are the artists that you look out for?
Well, I mean, of course, my number one is like Mac Miller. Like he has inspired me more than anybody else, man. You know, rest in peace, Mac Miller. I mean, with the music and just as a person, you know, his messages and stuff, I found myself with a similar message to his. So I definitely try to, you know, kind of like replicate that in my music in a way, because I think it was a very positive, unique, rare message that, you know, most rappers don't really give nowadays, especially. So he was one of my, you know, big inspirations. But nowadays and stuff, kind of like Griselda and, you know, people like Joey Badass and stuff, some of those New York rappers, because I'm originally from New York.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn, yeah. So you might as well know. I'm from Long Island, but I mean, I like all those guys from New York, man, because I just love that style. I love, you know, kind of like how the beats are and stuff. Right. It just got like its own type of like little hit to it.
Yeah. Griselda's bringing a lot of that boom bap, jazz music influence, heavy stuff, and they kind of cut down on the beats, and so that's really interesting that you bring that up. Like,
because I love punchlines. Yeah, I love things where you're just like, damn, man, like I couldn't even think of that, bro. Like that was kind of hard, man. Like how did I?
Like why didn't I think of that?
Like damn, that was hard, bro. So I like all those kind of artists and stuff. They inspire me.
Absolutely, man. That I know you said you like Mac Miller a lot, and recently you went to Pittsburgh to perform, but you also got to do some other stuff.
Oh yeah, we made a whole trip out of that. So we took a trip to Pittsburgh back in late May. We had a
vlog on this YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, the vlog's on the YouTube channel. We went back late May. I had a performance there, but we were more tuned into everything else, you know, we were going to go see there because Mac Miller was, like I said, a big inspiration.
Absolutely.
So there was a bunch of places there in Pittsburgh that he made well known that we got to visit. Blue Slide Park, Frick Park Market was even better because I wasn't expecting to go inside of it because it was just being bought by new owners. It was closed and renovating it. And they knew we were fans, just wandering outside. They let us come in. I told them we were from out of state. I was a huge fan. I was performing in the city and stuff.
That's dope.
I enjoyed to be here. And they were the nicest people, you know, they really were. They let me go behind the counter where he shot the music video. Like, I was hesitant to go behind there. Like, my homie Adrian. Shout out Adrian.
He was right here.
Adrian was telling me, go behind there because he was right there. And I could not let that opportunity pass me, man. So... dude, it really was, man. I got back to the car, man. I shed a few tears because I felt a little. I was like, damn, man.
Yeah, that's probably like a spiritual experience.
It was, because dude, we just drove past, like, I'm not trying to make it all dark, but we just drove past the cemetery on the way there, and then leaving there, we drove back past. So it's kind of weird knowing that, like, he's buried over there.
But he lived his
life, and I was just at one of the spots where he just made one of his biggest music videos. So it definitely felt like a wow. Like I kind of worked my way to this moment. Like I gotta keep this going now, man, because this is like unreal, right? It felt like a dream.
That's really cool because he's like someone who's probably started as a local artist and made such a big impact that he's known as one of the Pittsburgh artists. And that's kind of like what we have the opportunity to do here in Greenville, where there's not many people who have Greenville on the map. So it's like you got that same opportunity. Look, like film the. Actually, you come back to the Clique Classix house and be like, oh, this is where we shot this video, or this is where I shot the first interview.
Make a whole story out of it.
Yeah, and then people gotta come back and realize, man, Tommygun was my inspiration for getting into rap. Speaking of, for sure. Speaking of inspiring other people to get into rap, your little brother raps as well.
YRG Savage. We got a little. It started as one of my earlier mixtapes, YRG, which stands for Young Rich Guido. It's kind of just like a little mixtape I threw together. Eventually, my brother started rapping. And I noticed he wanted to take it more serious, so I was like, all right, this isn't just a joke anymore. He wants, even though his bars are goofy, you know, because he's a goofy dude, so it kind of matches up. But he's a cool dude. But I kind of wanted to do a project with him. So YRG2 was a project that I did with him, which was the second part of it. And I wanted to kind of like see, you know, what kind of ideas he had and what I can, you know, give him and put on the table for him to kind of use as well. And see if we could do a whole project together as a collab, 8 songs. So it's good to kind of get some, you know, variety of beats and stuff. So it was definitely fun. The chemistry was better than any chemistry I had. Because it's my brother. I grew up with this dude, you know what I mean? So it's better than any other artist I ever had. We feel comfortable in the studio and stuff. We joke around and play around in there. So it's a good time, man. Sometimes we got to get serious, man, because we be playing too much. But it's fun, man.
That's really cool because, I mean, that's kind of like a direct example of you being inspirational to youth. And you say that in your music, you're trying to inspire youth and like other people to kind of like do what you're doing. So like, how does it feel to know that you have an impact on your brother and possibly other people as well?
Yeah, it feels great, man. It definitely feels, you know, inspiring because you want to keep doing it for everyone else, you know, because you live through so much every day, man, whether you realize it or not. So sometimes it's better to just put it on the pen in certain type of ways that people can understand it and really, you know, learn something from it and just kind of grow in their own way. So when you see that they're responding, you know, positive, it's amazing, bro. So I love that, to see that he's getting better, progressing, and getting more into it, because it's showing that he's got passion for something. So anything I can do to help passion, man, you know I ain't gonna turn that down.
Yeah, as a little brother myself, I know I always want to be like my big brother. It's great to have a big brother to have a good example.
Yeah, see, I never had a big brother, so I don't know how I feel. So I try to be the best one I can.
Good job, man. That's amazing. So I just want to know, like, who's in your circle? Like, who do you have around you?
So I got a couple homies, man. I got my main homie, Adrian, man. This is like Shout out Adrian, man, for the second time. But I already know that he's got my back anywhere I go, man, because he's come to every show.
Yeah.
He's filming for me, man. Like, he's doing everything for me, man. Always supporting me, telling me how it is, man. And he gives it to me, bro. He'll be like, bro, like, I'm not playing with you. Like, you need to do this and that. Like, he tells me what's up, and that's what I need, man. No fake shit.
For sure.
So he's definitely in my corner. I got my dude Bari Dizzle. Shout out Bari. He's another musician, one of the other best rappers in the city.
I'm trying to get you here, Bari.
Want you here too. Definitely, man. He's got a lot to tell as well, man. He's a wise dude. He's taught me a lot, you know. So he's another one that inspires me on a real level, you know, on a personal level. Because when I'm working with Bari, bro, I feel like I'm working with somebody that already made it, and I'm not even playing, bro. Because like, he just seems like he just knows so much.
He's got like an old soul where he's like got wisdom already. Where
he's got so much potential. Everything that he comes to the table with is always like A1. So I'm just like, every time I make a song with him, I'm always coming, A1, just as well, because I know it's gonna be a hit. Yeah. So
just a quick play. If you guys aren't familiar with Bari, they got a video together. What's the video?
Forgiven. Yeah. It was shot by one of your own Clique Classix members, Treyleeee, masterpiece by the very own. So
great video.
Great video, man. So
great song.
Trey did a great job on that. Bari did a great job on that. I love looking back at that. I always look back at that once in a while. So that was a great masterpiece. But Bari's the one who's gotten me most of these hookups with these performances and stuff, going to different cities, because he's been doing this before me. So he's kind of got me on a board, since he's kind of like, he's slowing down a little bit, taking little breaks and stuff with his family. But I know he's just like me. The music stays in his ear as well. So that's why we got that kind of similar,
Yeah, so I feel like, so how do you feel about like performing? Like, what do you think is the, from my understanding, we have a video of your first performance, right? And you've grown since. There's a lot of videos on your channel. So like, how do you feel about performing? Because that's one of the biggest parts of being a rapper.
So you guys were my first real performance, man. Because I got one other one, but that was me rapping to some Lil Wayne shit at my cousin's wedding stuff. But I was drunk, and that wasn't me.
You can find the Mac Miller videos when he was freestyling with his friends and stuff. That's kind of like the same video.
But that ain't performing. This one was my first real one where I got to perform my own track at your guys' event, which was a major hit, man. I definitely had a good time at that, man. It was a great crowd here and stuff. Yeah. So it definitely caught me off guard with how popping it was. I was a little nervous, but I was going through something at the time too that was very personal in my family that I felt it correlated good with the song that I picked to perform. So even though I didn't come out as hype as I did with my performances down the road, it was a good starting point, I felt, for me, because I came off more as myself because I was going through something deep at the time. And you go back and look at that, and I had moments where I was kind of talking to the crowd, trying to explain some messages of what I was going through, and I felt like they responded well, with the applause at the end. So that made me really think of that at the next time, the next performance I had, which was in Tampa a couple months later, which was my first out-of-state performance, which I was nervous about, but I used that kind of to fuel me in a way.
Yeah, me and Trey watched that video together, and it was lit, man. It was like, man, it's crazy. Just a couple months, you performing in front of these crazy, because in our house it was just people we knew. Yeah. Where you going to Tampa, that's a whole crowd. You don't know how they're gonna respond. Exactly. So that's amazing how just in that short amount of time you took that step to kind of put yourself out there. So that's awesome. And you've done a few more, and you did one in Pittsburgh. And do we have one coming up soon as well?
Yeah, we got one tomorrow night in Atlanta. I'll be down there. I'm going with the boys again, so we'll get that one checked off on the resume as well. This one's got a little something, on the line. The winner gets to perform up in New York, so that is a lot of motivation as well, kind of fueling me, because, like I said, I'm from New York, so nothing would make me happier to make it home and perform, in front of the family up there. And it's just, it's one of those historical places for music too, man. That's, New York is, it's got a lot of history.
That's basically the mecca of rap,
man.
That's
right?
where it started and kind of where,
So I feel like if I win this and you earn your way to New York, oh man, that's a good sign right there. Man. So I'm trying to do it, man.
Absolutely. Do you have any things that you're doing outside of rap? I know a lot of rappers, we're small people thinking big, and I want to encourage that, you know.
Yeah.
Do you want to like go into anything else? Do you want to be an actor ever? You want to get, or you want to be a rapper? Like, I mean, strictly bars.
I mean, I love rapping everything and stuff, but you know, behind the scenes and stuff, I love sports and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I've always loved, you know, sports and math and numbers and everything. Yeah. So I kind of do like, you know, a little backyard football league and stuff. Yeah. So I get my brother, his friends, my friends out there. Yeah. We do our own little fantasy. We keep track of numbers and stuff, and have little tournaments and stuff. So I mean,
go ahead and plug your because y'all have a channel where y'all.
Orchard Farms Fantasy Football. So definitely tune into that. We do podcasts on that too. Because you know, we got a whole little league and stuff that we compete in. So I mean, I've always been into, you know, running leagues. You know, I run basketball tournaments as well and stuff. Because even though I don't play in the basketball tournaments, I'm not good. I'm better at football.
He's a shooter. He's a sniper.
On a good day, man. On a good day. But I just love throwing it all together, man. You know, just because it's just fun to watch people put money in and have something to play for, man. Because I think it goes back to that passion, man. I just love when people show passion, whether it's in sports or music or whatever their passion is, man. I think that's just what I crave.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
And I love to bring it out of people, bro.
I'm passionate on the basketball court. That's my spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know you are, man. We've had you out there before, but
I really get into it. So just want to talk a little bit more about your music. So I know you've released a couple of mixtapes in the last couple of months here. Do you have any plans to do any more music in the future, or are you just kind of chilling for now?
Yeah,
some music?
Yeah. I wish I was just. I mean, with all these vacations that we've been having over the summer, you know, now that everything's open back up, we've been making the most out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Table Rock from, you know, my birthday. We went to Tennessee for my other homie's birthday, so we've been living it up. And then awesome. Myrtle Beach, like you said, we shot the music video down there. Me and my girl, we shot that. That was cool. Yes. I had to take advantage of that because, like you said, for my latest album, Places in Paradise, I got a track on there called Ocean. Mm-hmm. So I always envisioned that I want to do a music video to that one, you know. So I'm at Myrtle Beach, man. I might as well do one next to the ocean. So
it came out very well, man.
That came out very well, so I was proud of that. And so I've just been, you know, living it up, going place to place. Yeah. And but yeah, no, I definitely been working on music though. I got another project that's probably I'm aiming for the end of September, maybe early October, so definitely got something set for the fall.
That's a taboo thing in the rap world, saying your release dates, because now people are going to be expecting it. Yeah. Tommygun, you said September, you said October.
I know, man, but I'm a man of my word, dog, because I try to stay on my own ass, man. I like to get a project out very relevant, you know, because I don't like to go, you know, irrelevant.
Absolutely. It sounds like you're always kind of thinking of music. You're probably writing constantly, but just maybe not always in the booth. But what are you? I'm about to finish up here, but in the booth, what are you channeling? Like, are you trying to get emotional, or is it like a rage that you're letting out? Super Saiyan in the booth. You know?
Trey, calm me down, man.
Yeah. You got a really smooth flow though, like.
Yeah. Sometimes I gotta wake up a little bit, man. Because sometimes I'll be coming in, you know, a little tired, and then I'm like, all right, man, I gotta get my voice going a little bit to pump my chest up. But no, it all comes from the inside, man. It just depends on what kind of day I'm going through, man. I've went through some ups and downs, man. And the downs, you go in there really just visualizing like, you know, you're at rock bottom, man. Like, you're really spitting what you're living. And then sometimes you're just having fun, and I go in there like I'm just having the jolliest day, man. I want to make something that I don't really give a shit about. But it comes out like, yo, I can turn up to that.
You gotta have some versatility in there. Yeah. Maybe you want to do a moody album, or you want to do a really high uplifting album.
That's one thing about me. I never like to say the same thing. I like to at least change it up. Like, one thing I don't like about artists is when they completely change up, because it's like, yo, you were doing good at that. Right, but I like to dabble. I like to dabble in new things, man, but keep some of the stuff that I feel like worked and build off of it. So I never feel like there's a project where you're like, yeah, man, you just stalled out on that one. You know what I mean? So, but I'm always thinking ahead, man. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was really good talking to you, man. It sounds like you got some stuff coming, and You're gonna be shooting a video
for Atlanta. Yep. So
yeah,
that'll be the next thing on the list. Should have a vlog just like I did Pittsburgh, and should have a whole performance set video for that. So that should all be good, man.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you doing our first interview.
Oh yeah, appreciate you.
Tommygun, Greenville local artist. He's one of the ones. Really check him out. He's got really good videos. Some filmed by Clique Classix. Some filmed by his girlfriend. And but all of the music is quality. Please check him out. He's got a YouTube channel where he has all his music. He has a YouTube channel where he's done all of his sports fantasy stuff as well.
It'll be in the description.
Guys, it'll be in the description. All of his
Trey
music.
wanted you to know.
Absolutely. I just appreciate you, man, being our first interview. So,
thank you, man. Thank you.
Till next time.
Tommygun!
Yeah.
Skirt.
I was wondering what you were saying too, man.
I was like, in the description. In the description.
When I step away, it's like I'm drifting through the ocean, sailing through the 7 seas, don't know where I'm going, losing track of time, I don't know when I'll be home then, but I made it kinda far, so I guess I'll just keep rolling. Never change your path, that's one thing that you controlling. Don't ever let them ask in case somebody'd ever told you. The people in your past are the ones that win soldier for fucking water, cash, and the cheapest hot soda. It's